gotta do is wait till you go to sleep, like everything cool. And put like on the side of your pillow where I know your face gonna land at, like when you roll over.
That's what I would've did then. That's what I would've did.
Imagine you roll over your face.
Guess what I would've did then.
Bernard is a charismatic character. When he's talking to the other guys, I can hear him, you know, boasting a little bit. But as far as I can tell, he's been pretty real with me.
Let you say somebody snitched on you, man.
Yeah.
And that's why you locked up.
Possible.
That's what I'm gonna do.
What?
I'm gonna hit their ass with that tummy. But I ain't talking about heel figure.
Yes.
Mac got a good vibe, and I keep a good vibe. So it's like chemistry, you know what I'm saying? Like LeBron James and Kyrie Irving. We can't never lose.
And it look like guacamole a little.
It's good, right?
Man, we just kicking it. We play cards, we eat, you know what I'm saying? And I could do my time like that.
What'd you drop? A piece of some stuff?
You know, I just bought some.
Yeah.
So Bernard has a joint. He tells me that he's got it, and I'm like, great. The only guy with the drugs gets put in my cell. And who am I? I'm the guy that's in there for growing weed. And I was like, great.
Yeah, I had asked around, bro.
Yeah, you asked around everything.
We had one. We'll be stoned.
Yeah, for real.
Me and you, we'll be stoned. All them.
Yeah.
We'll be stoned.
The only guy in the whole friggin' dorm that got some marijuana, and he gets put in my cell. And then I'm thinking, not gonna get a lighter.
A dude, right, he's the oily. I begged him, what you want to eat? I know you hungry.
Nah, I would never pretend to know anything.
I was like, whatever, you know, it's not gonna happen. So I fall asleep in my rack. At that point, it had to be like 3 in the morning.
You ready, man? Yeah. You ready to smoke?
The way to get fire in jail is you make a wick. You wrap up the toilet paper real tight, you tie a knot in it, and it's like a candle. The trustee will come up with the lighter, and he'll light the wick under the door. Now you have an ongoing flame.
What is it?
You ready to smoke? Put your hands on, man.
We don't want you going in there playing the inmate games. You violate those jail rules, chances are you're gonna be placed in lockdown. And at that point, after you get out of lockdown, you're through with the program.
I'm gonna say something.
It's like my worst nightmare in this place.
Come on, talk.
And now I gotta start thinking, am I gonna smoke it? Am I gonna go against my word that I wasn't gonna do anything to jeopardize my leaving at the right time? What I did not need is to be in a room with the colonel and him going, Matt.
I got you, bro. Come on, talk.
Once I jumped out of my rack, I knew I was gonna do it. I'm gonna make sure that we don't get caught. I knew we had to block up the doorway. I knew we had to pump the toilet. Take the bed mat, put it on top of the toilet, and push all the water out of it. So the trap is exposed to just the drain pipe. And it creates negative pressure, and you smoke out the toilet.
I know it's like, damn, he's smoking in the toilet, but that's the only way we'll do it without getting caught.
So we had to start flushing the toilet as we're smoking. So now picture 2 adults with their faces in the toilet and I'm continuously flushing the toilet. And it's one of those situations where you don't want to think about it because you might disgust yourself. I know the place has to smell, using what we use for air freshener, the soap sock. Crush up soap in the sock and bang it on the walls. You gotta do it quick, because they're walking around every 15 minutes, every half hour, and that's not a lot of time, you know?
I was stoned, like I was.
It's like it came to me. That joint traveled to me from somebody's ass crack into my cell. What are the odds of that? It's like lightning striking. I had to do it.
Man, look at me, man.
Yeah, you've mentioned also to me the unwritten rules of, like, you know, somebody calls you a bitch, you've got to do something.
Oh, that's a word. Yeah, you don't use that word. I don't know.
No, if somebody calls you a bitch, you have to do something where people are like, man, you're just going to take that? Maybe you are. That's something I really don't want to get tied up in.
Let's have him go out there and call somebody. Let's just set up.
That'd be an awful idea. My overall experience with my bunkmates was that they are the most seemingly stable people in the entire pod, and I kind of lucked out. But there are also troublemakers, the more conflict-driven people.
Sit hard.
Who are the guards and Trayshawn?
Garza goes to check out a pair of shoes. Trayshawn is trying to sell these shoes, and Garza is like, you know, these ain't worth what you're asking for. And Trayshawn was like, just get the fuck out of my face, bitch.
I ain't gonna fight.
What you gonna do? Then.
Nasty every day.
You ain't beat me up.
I'm sad.
So you gonna stick your finger in my eye?
I'm sad, boy.
All right.
Gonna try to grab me, pull him off, and then let him swing on me. Yeah.
Garza walks in to our cell, and I'm like, oh, it's over. And then it just wasn't.
Come on back down here, man.
Oh, what's up? No, come on. Come on, bro.
Trayshawn comes in, shirt off, pumping like, let's go right now. He's just ready. I'm preparing myself for extreme violence at this point.
Bro, listen, you ain't gonna sit there and run your mouth and call me a bitch.
I'm not going to step in on anybody's business unless it becomes mine. But if it spills over into me, I'm going to handle it.
on, man.
The right thing would be to stop someone from coming up to sneak up on Garza.
Come on, man. Let him go.
Don't have him swim on me, G.
Let him go. Let him go. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Let me check you out, man. It's down.
Big first fight, Garza.
Yeah, it's broke, man.
Oh, that's hurt, bro. That's hurt.
Make a fist.
I noticed there was a physical deformity in his hand.
Oh, that's my knuckle back here. Dang.
I'm a medic in the Army, but I've never seen a broken hand that bad in my life. I saw the knuckle was literally missing and it was here.
Garza?
Yeah, it's broke, man.
And I tell him, you need to go to a hospital, but if you don't want to, and you don't want to go to the guards, and you don't want anything to be known, I can do what I can do. And he says, let's go.
Open your hand up all the way.
So I give you 7.
Go ahead, you good. Just do it. I ain't
Give you
tripping.
7 to 6.
Look at this, bro. Bro, oh my God. I ain't never.
We start trying to reset his hand, and it was pretty grimy. But the knuckle was way back here, and I helped guide that in.
I got some Advil down here. It's set, man.
They won't move.
Did he really just do it? He really just.
Okay.
Oh, he pushing that? He really just did that. Bro, I've never seen it done, bro. You really
You want to know something? Just say it.
I believe Garza does respect me, at least trust me a little more now that I've been able to help him.
He reset it, bro. I swear to God he did. He just said, pop, pop, pop. My knuckle was back here, bro.
See, not luck out and have a bunkie like this.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have inmates respect you, but if you earn that respect by doing them a favor, it's only a matter of time before they ask for another.
Back to the place where I was.
Dylan is just a kid that has made some mistakes.
I was in a worship band for a little bit. I played the drums, I played acoustic. I still try to, but we got stuff here.
He's come to me because, you know, I lead the Bible study, and I think he just sees me as a genuine person. I've really grown fond of Dylan.
Razors, John. Sign up for razors. You guys gonna sign up for razors?
I walked over there to sign up for a razor. I was in the middle of a conversation with Dylan. Whoa, hey, sir, I'm sorry. Hey, sir. Hey, sir. I'm sorry.
Too late, bro.
Come on, it ain't too late. You're just walking out. Come on, dude, really? Dirt. The DO looked me right in the eye and turned around and walked out.
Sorry, son of a bitch, man.
You know, I got ticked off about that. It was completely disrespectful.
They wonder why freaking inmates get pissed off. Like, literally, I was walking up.
The other inmates saw, you know, I had been screwed over because, you know, some of the other inmates had my back in there.
Bro, I'm about to pop off on hard. Hey, man, he's a ass, bro. I hate him, dog. You. Us against the guards, this thing. It's a riot. Tear this boy apart.
When I walked up, like, literally stuff was still sitting there.
Listen to me, sir, please.
No,
I go in there, listen to me, please. When I come in here and yell for razors, anybody standing around there's gonna sign. You can't come up here.
You grabbed it as I was walking up and walked out.
Right now, you ain't getting because of the way you're talking. You got a better attitude, you get something from me.
Hold on.
All right?
If I had a better attitude, you're the one that walked
What's
out,
that?
dude.
Hey, y'all want to lock down?
Last
Do you,
time.
right now, what you lock down, and you lock down. Go lock down. And you better watch your mouth, sir. You will be going up to G Unit.
From my standpoint, the yelling at him was a little calculated.
He wants to talk fucking bad. He can do whatever the heck he wants to do. He can treat him.
I couldn't let the DO just walk off without saying something.
Freaking jerk, dude.
If you come out again, I'll give you a ticket.
He locked me down, and the other inmates saw that. And hopefully that showed that, you know, maybe I do have a little bit more respect in there.
When you get mad, don't cuss.
I'm not trying to bring heat on the car.
You don't get mad.
Being a former CO, I know they're always trying to get over on you. But when you have a DO that comes in with an attitude like this guy, then he needs to be called out and he needs to be addressed. So I'm gonna give the sheriff the information, and it's up to the sheriff to react to that information.
I'm a little surprised that people are cleaning. A couple guys comes along with a broom and sweeps the whole pod. And then another guy starts with a mop and goes behind the sweeper and starts mopping everything. It's definitely a discipline that I didn't expect to see. It seemed like there was one guy organizing everything.
Our facility is known for having 1 or 2 inmates in each section that kind of run the show. There is a pod boss. It's an inmate that's been around for a long time. Most things got to go through them to be done. It may seem that they're like the model inmates. The reason is the pod boss realizes the less that are officers in that section, the more he can get by with.
I can see these guys at least have the pride of where they live and wanting to keep it clean. My thinking at that time was seeing me take initiative would help the guys, you know, maybe gravitate toward me a little bit and make me be more accepted that I was trying to pitch in and be a part of the group.
Citizens died in the accident. So far, investigators say it is mystery fights. Somebody did it.
You about to go to sleep? Bro, sleep for the week. What are you in here on now? FDA. Possession with intent and possession of a stolen firearm, illegal concealed carry, cocaine. But the coke wasn't even mine because I was in the car with a dude and I didn't know he had it in there. And he didn't tell me he had it in there, and we got pulled over. They put it on both of us. Yes. So now I'm here. I spent 2 days memorizing my cover story to make sure that I had it clear in my head, and they kind of just went along with it because I have no reason not to. So biggest thing is just to make sure that I keep all the details straight throughout the rest of my time here. I've been basically taking what I learned in the military as far as how to take care of myself and how to get along with a big group of guys and apply it to this. So I asked, hey, does anybody play cards? Just because it's an easy way to break the ice. It's an easy way to get to know people. Roby comes over and says if there's anything you ever need or give me a holler, let me know. And it felt like he was kind of, you know, just accepting me into the pod.
It concerns me a little bit that Zach has quickly established a relationship with Roby, but on the other point of it, it actually makes me sigh of relief because if Zach's already gained the trust of the pod boss, he's keeping his cover story pretty well.
They gave me a thing of ramen, but in there, ramen is like the common currency. It's like gold. It feels like guys are just willing to take me at face value. I guess it's on me now to make sure that they continue feeling the same way.
My roommate Tiffany came in and she said, Angel needs you to pee for her. And I was like, what?
A little bit out.
I was like, what? Like, I just start stuttering.
What can she have in her system? Drugs.
Angel is scary. I don't want to piss her off.
Can't be. You know I've been doing.
I'm trying to think of what stays in my system. I'm like,
I smoke weed. It ain't in there now. You been in here a couple weeks. Before.
I was like, thank you, but no thank you. I'm not gonna do this. Next thing I know, Angel's at the door staring at me.
I've always been a leader, not a follower. And if you cross me, we got a problem. What about Petey? Oh, hell no. I ain't gotta pee. I gotta drink something. I've been waiting. This is ain't no glove over the top? Thank you. Good luck. I released you early.
So I did pee for Angel. I never thought that I would be peeing for anyone in jail. I mean, I was told that between me and the pregnant girls, we were probably some of the cleanest people in there, so. I wasn't thinking like I normally do because I don't feel well, like physically, and I don't want to have an altercation with Angel.
I just don't want no problems.
After I did it, I had all kind of things going through my mind. What if she doesn't pass? Is she gonna try to fight me? Am I gonna have to try to fight her back?
Irritating.
But I felt like I just do it and whatever happens, happens.
I'm guilty by association.
This is serious. I definitely could get in trouble.
All birds pass each other.
You going home, man. So I did pee for Angel, and now she's getting released. But I don't think one has anything to do with the other.
Shanice comes over to me and says, I gave Angel some of my urine. What do I say to that? I had to just walk away. I am not on board with that. Shanice doesn't know I'm a cop. I don't like that behavior. Obviously, she doesn't care about these women and she's not really seeing the big picture, so I'm extremely furious. Shanice needs to go home. I want you gone.